Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Murdoch DeFi YouTube channel. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Avax Fish Farm. This is another baked beans fork that is launching, as you can see here, if you look at the countdown timer, in a little bit less than 16 hours. So, as we have all seen over the last couple days, maybe you haven't, maybe you have, but I myself have seen a bunch of these protocols launch, and you should by now understand how important it is to get in early into these protocols because essentially the earlier that you get into these protocols, if you're able to deposit right when the protocol launches, you're going to get way more miners for the amount of money that you put in compared to, let's just say you waited an hour after launch. You'll still get in at a good time, right? But it's just not, it doesn't even compare to the amount of miners that you would be able to get once the protocol launches, right? So really with these protocols, since I've launched one myself, it's really opened my eyes up to how these work. There's a lot of variables that factor into, how much miners cost, how many, like how quickly your miners produce your rewards, and all these things, right? There's a bunch of different factors that really add up to achieving this optimal 8% a day. Really, it could potentially be a little bit less than that. It kind of fluctuates depending on how you're choosing to work the system or work your strategy, I should say, rather. But this is what we're going to be talking about today. Plus, they offer, something that's kind of different. Essentially, you can have the chance to earn more rewards, and we're going to talk a little bit about that because it's kind of crazy. There's a 35% chance to essentially earn 120% of your rewards, right? So we're going to talk about that. We're going to take a deep dive in. We're going to check out their audit too. We're also going to check out their Twitter because they have a lot of good information on there. But before we jump into it, guys, if you could please subscribe to the YouTube channel here. We, if you are new here to the channel, welcome. First off, if you want to continue to see like this type of content as it pertains to, projects that haven't yet launched or are just recently launched. If you want to see more stuff like that, then definitely consider subscribing to the channel. Also, you're going to want to make sure that after you subscribe, you're going to want to hit the notification bell because really everything that we do in crypto and DeFi, it's all very time sensitive. So the sooner that you're notified when I post a new video, the better in terms of opportunities that you could potentially choose to take advantage of, right? Also, first link in the description to the premium Discord server. This is where we have the most amazing community, in my opinion, in the world of DeFi. Some of the nicest people I've ever met, some most helpful people I've ever met. Really, it's just a big community of people, really like-minded people trying to, obtain that financial freedom that we're all after, or that we're all, trying to achieve. So, I mean, there's a bunch of benefits. I'm not going to talk about all of them. If you want to check it out, link in the description. First link to view the laundry list of benefits that you can take advantage of when signing up for the premium Discord. So, Avax Fish Farm, you can hire fishermen to fish for you and earn up to 8% daily. Obviously, the contract balance or the contract is not live yet, so these numbers are not populated. There is a 3% dev fee, total APR 2,920%. This will show what the Avax contract balance is after it launches, how many participants are actively invested, and how many total fishers are hired, right? Once you come in here and connect your wallet, it's going to tell you your Avax balance, your fishing power, and then you'll be able to deposit Avax between 0.1 to 500 Avax. So they have a cap here. There is a minimum amount you can deposit, but there's also a maximum amount you can deposit. Again, this prevents whales from coming here and owning the protocol. And this is something that I've talked about in a couple of these videos now, but essentially the way these work, if if when they deploy the contract, if they don't deploy the contract with any kind of balance, if they're not making an initial investment or initial deposit when they deploy the contract, then the likelihood of a whale being able to come in here and deposit a whole bunch of AVAX and obtain a shit ton of miners, they will essentially own the protocol, right? This could be very worrisome or troublesome for the protocol sustainability. So we'll see how they choose to handle the launch. I know a couple people have handled it differently. We definitely handled it differently. We started with a balance in the or with a single deposit before we made the contract live. We tried to be very transparent with that and the reasoning behind why we were doing that. And so far, so good, right? Things have been going extremely well for us. Obviously, you have your referrals here, but if we look over here on Twitter, right? So you can see 8% per day, 12.5% referral bonus, just like normal. Only a 3% tax on deposit when you hire fishers, and claiming when you go to sell your fish. So the overall theming is kind of like Fisherman Joe. And really, these baked beans fork are kind of just like Fisherman Joe. However, they're using, in this case, Avax. With us, we're using Crow. So we don't have a super volatile acid, which is kind of a double-edged sword, right? Because here we're not as exposed to massive price volatility to the downside, but we're also not exposed to massive price movement to the upside as well. So that is, I mean, it's really the same thing. The mechanisms work almost exactly the same. So it's quite interesting, but I digress. So compounding rehiring fishers offers a 35% chance to earn up to 120% rewards. Again, this is launching April 15th, which is tomorrow at 1500 UTC time. I, of course, will leave my referral link down below in the description of today's video. By no means do you have to use it, though. Here's the thing. All you have to do is go to fishfarm.money, or I will leave this address in the description. You can click that if you choose to, or you could just simply come in here, use my link, and then just take off that referral, and then be able to just jump into the protocol if you don't want to help give back to people that put you on to the project. That being said, let's go ahead and check out the Haze crypto audit. So as we can see, we see this one high issue. Users dividends and referral, or user gets dividends and referral commissions. Dividends are paid from deposits of other users. By now, we should all be very, very familiar with how these protocols work. They are very high risk, high reward. They only pay out if there's enough to pay out in the contract balance. If the contract balance is zero, then it's not going to pay out. This is how this works, right? This is why with Wizardly, I'm actively working on outside utility or outside ways to add TVL to the smart contract balance. So that way we are able to generate revenue outside of worrying about just people depositing into the contract. So that's something that we're actively working on right now, and we will be announcing that stuff soon. But we're not talking about Wizardly. We're talking about Avax Fish Farm. So as you can see here, deposit, withdrawal, 3% on both. Basic interest rate on the initial deposit is approximately 5.3% daily. The daily rate will be changed based on the deposit and withdrawal of other users. The maximum deposit amount is 500 AVAX. Users can buy miners with AVAX. Miner price will be calculated at the time of deposit. So the miner price formula is as follows. So your deposits, this formula, I'm not a math person, just know that this is the formula if you want to equate or figure out the price for a miner, right? Miners will produce fish and users can sell fish to earn a profit. Miners will work forever and users will draw profit until the contract has enough balance, right? Let's see. It is an amount, so market fish, it is an amount that will be defined by the initial of the contract and will be changed by deposit, withdrawals, and compounds. The initial amount is a VAT number, too many zeros for me. 20% of each deposit or compound will be added to the market fish. The withdrawal amount will be added to the market fish. An increase in the market fish will reduce the daily rate and increase sustainability. So that is how that works. Users can sell fish produced by miners. Again, you're going to be able to sell those fish directly for Avax. So compound bonus. Users can get a compound bonus with a 35% chance. The bonus is 20%. Users will receive 20% more fishers or more miners, right? That's very cool on compounding, right? That's a very interesting use case. And this is what I like. I like to see, things being added to, current forks, which is cool. And again, they have their referral system. We all know how that works, 12.5%. But yeah, I think that's going to basically wrap up today's video on Fish Farm. Wanted to get this video out to you guys before it actually launches. So make sure that once you view this video, you definitely check out the fishfarm.money website and view how much time left there is until the actual protocol launches. That being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next one.